what do you think about Italian cinema?
Italian cinema is incredible, especially after the war and in the early 50s. Some amazing films came out of it and just, I think, changed American cinema to some extent, or at least it had a good impact on it because it forced American cinema to kind of become a little more mature and realistic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why, the reason why there are so few female directors in all the world?
Well, first of all, I think there's a larger grouping of men that go into the business as a director, and they die off as quickly as women. It's just a bigger pool. So there are more to start, men, fewer women. And people burn out pretty quick in this industry. So if that big pool of men and that small pool of women, they burn out at the same rate, then most of the men, more women in relationship to the large group of men burn out, and so there's a few smaller pool. So if the groups are burning out at the same rate, more men are going to burn out, but relatively speaking, there are going to be fewer women.
Can give your consideration.
It's a hard industry. It really is.
I tried directing. I tried the industry. I would love to have directed, and I thought I was a very good director because I started as an actress and a dancer. And so when I finished my schooling, I was in school with Blake. That was my dream, to be a director. I personally feel that there's a glass bubble for women in the industry. I think that, like any other industry, business, I think that women aren't seen as people who can take charge of things sometimes, and I know that that's wrong information, because I've seen some real capable women and very beautifully artistic women, who really deserve to make it in the industry. Yes. And I think that, I think that the industry is difficult for everyone, but I think it's really difficult for women. And I don't know why women don't get Academy Awards. Maybe just because they aren't directing as many films. So the statistics make it so that they're, that the amount that they do win, if they win.
But you look at the number of films that are nominated, and there may be one film that's directed by a woman with 7 films that were directed by men.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an odds thing. Because I think one thing the Academy, since every month only directors vote for the directors of film, people that have won for Best Director. So you've got a whole bunch of men voting for a whole bunch of men that have directed.
You know Sophia?
Well, Sophia Loren or Sophia Coppola?
Sophia Loren is more important, and thank you for remembering that. But she's in Italy, and I'm finding for Sophia Coppola.
Since I'm not in the show.
My diary in the Cinemonitor website is called Looking for Sophia.
Oh, that's cute. That's a great title.
Yes. And now I will ask you, do you know where can I find Sophia?
No, she's a mystery. Find out who her assistant is.
Oh yeah, the assistant's important.
The manager?
No, the assistant.
Assistant. Da oggi in poi il nome della mia rubrica non sarà più Looking for Sophia, ma sarà Looking for the Assistant of Sophia. Okay? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Can you give me some advice for me and for all the young people?
First off, read the script. Know it. But when you read the script, you've got to start paying attention to what you see in your mind. Okay? So, and everybody, the cinematographer, the director, actors, they should, maybe not so much actors, but when you read a script, you should pay attention to the way you see it. It's a story in your mind when you're reading it. And so that gives you something to edit from. Now, obviously, the director and the cinematographer, when they shoot it, they're going to put what they see. And then when you go in as an editor, then you need to pull through and find all the pieces that you need. But as an editor, you also have another job, is as you're looking at the dailies, you need to look at all your dailies and find out if that's actually going to equal what you saw. So you should be able to come back and ask for more. Ask, saying, you're not giving me enough close, you're not giving me insert shots, you're not giving me cutaways. You really have to want to be in the film industry. Getting a wild horse, you really have to want to ride the horse in order to finally get to the point where you can ride it. It's not going to let you, it's not going to try.
And I think that filmmaking is such an incredible art form. It's, but always collaborative, which I think that's primarily what makes it difficult, because taking what's in your head, and putting it out there takes a lot of skill and a lot of love, and I think that to love something that much really comes across, and I think that's what makes things successful.
Io ringrazio Blake Jackson e sua moglie Joyce Jackson per la loro disponibilità prima di questo, e dunque se andatevi a studiare il libro Academy Awards, pagina 189 e l'anno 2001, prima di questo vorrei mostrarvi quello, mamma come pesa! È pesantissimo! Ok, Academy Awards to the Accountant, Best Live Action Short Film 2002, Ginny Moore Pictures, Ray McKinnon,
The director?
Lisa Blount.
Yeah,
Ok, ragazzi quanto pesa, cioè non avete idea. Ok, questo me lo porto a casa. This give me, come with me in Italy.
No.
No, okay. Thank you very much, and congratulations for your work, your family, for everything. Ciao. Da Los Angeles è tutto.
Thank you.
Bye.